All right, so the most daunting question, how do you select stocks for your intraday? How do you do your homework the day before so that you can make a watch list and during the day, during the 6 hour trade, you can always select the most, the volatile stocks, get the advantage from the price movement, volatility, and make the money. So a lot of people, choose the approach of going to the top gainers, top losers on money control and trading on these stocks. But I really don't see that, the homework's been done on your part if you adopt that approach. So I'll be telling you a very good approach that I've been doing for a long time now. And so we will be posting a couple of videos in this series. So that this is the first one of them. And I'll be hosting a lot of videos so that the entire process of making the watch list is crystal clear after these videos. So the first thing when you do your stock selection is that you have to select only the fundamental catalysts. That's the most crucial part of stock selection. So, us retail traders, we only want to trade in stocks in play, and the stocks should be trading with a high relative volume and which have some kind of fundamental catalysts around them. So what are these terms? I'll be explaining briefly so that you can have a good understanding. Firstly, what is making your stock a stock in play so that you can choose it and trade on it? Basically, a lot of fundamental news about the company, either the day before or either during the same trading day in the 6 hours, and such important fundamental news that is released is making your stock a stock in play. And when your stock, after the fundamental news becomes a stock in play, this news actually has a significant impact on the value of your stock so that it can move a lot during the day and you can take advantage of that price action. So I want to talk about in this video what is this fundamental news. Basically, this fundamental news is what I'm going to be calling fundamental catalyst. So your stock must have some kind of fundamental catalyst. And if it does have, it will make your stock a stock in play so that you can trade on it. Some examples of fundamental catalysts are earning reports. So currently we are in the quarter four earning season. So we'll have a lot of earning announcements happening right now. And that is what is going to make your stock earn, a fundamental catalyst. So, for example, today is Saturday. So, whatever is the stocks that are going to post their earnings quarter for net profit revenue on Monday. So, they will be the stocks in play for Monday, and they will be trading at a high relative volume, much more than their average volume. So, we will like to select those stocks and keep them in our watch list. Number two, earning warnings and pre-announcements. So a lot of brokerages, they want to give their forecast, their estimates, and they want to give some warnings. So when such coverage is done by the big brokers, you also want to keep those stocks in your watch list because that will have a significant impact. So for example, XYZ company is posting their results on Monday. And if, let us say, a broker gives a earning warning today, on Saturday they say that this XYZ company is not going to be posting a good profit. They'll be having a 50% drop in the profit. So such kind of announcements are going to be fundamental catalysts, and that is what is going to affect your stock on Monday. So choose that stock, put it in your watch list. Number three, FDA approvals, disapprovals. This is very important for the pharmaceutical sector. So all the pharmaceutical companies, they are under the purview of the US FDA, the United States Food and Drug Administration, and these the US FDA issues the Form 483, the establishment inspection reports, the approvals, disapprovals on certain drugs. So any such kind of news is going to make your stock a stock in play. So you want to choose that again. Then I come to the merger and acquisitions, any kind of partnerships or product releases. This is the example of the recent Facebook Geo deal, or the Facebook, so the Geo and the deals that have been happening in the market. Also, an example of this would be the Hindustan Unilever, Horlicks, GSK, GlaxoSmithKline. All of these deals that are happening, that will make your stock a stock in play. So for those days, you have to choose that stock. Then we come to the construction companies, the major construction contract wins, losses. So, for example, If you get a news in the market that Larsen Toubro, Kalpatru Power, they are getting a major construction contract win of 25 billion rupees. So that will make your stock a stock in play. And finally, if we have a news regarding the stock split right issue, so in this case we will have Reliance. So currently it is hosting the biggest rights issue in the Indian industry. So Reliance will be the stock in play for a couple of days. Also, any management changes. Example of this would be Yes Bank laying off Rana Kapoor, the recent PNB managing director. All of such, the issues. Any executive director being appointed, any resignation in the management, the board. So all of these things. So whenever you get any kind of this announcement or news, your stock will become the fundamental catalyst. So you can either look for the fundamental catalyst either one day before or on the day of trade, and this will continue for a couple of days and it will have an impact for a couple of days on your stock. So whenever your stock becomes a fundamental catalyst, it will be trading at a high volume, relative volume. So that is what I'm concerned about. So for example, Asian Paints, Asian Paints is a big large cap company. So it will always be trading at a very high volume. But I am not concerned about the high volume trading. I am concerned about the high relative volume. So I want Asian Paints to trade at a volume much more than it has been trading in the past. So I'm looking at that edge, and that is what the intraday traders want to look at. A little higher relative volume than the average volume the stock has been playing with. So I want to look at a couple of charts so that you can understand what this entire concept is. So I am actually covering all these fundamental catalysts in our WhatsApp group. So if you are not in the WhatsApp group, make sure you join the group from our Instagram page. And any such news, you can always act on it. They are mostly real time. Let's have a look at Biocon. So on 15th, on 14th of May, Biocon posted their quarter four results. So when the stock posts their quarter four earnings, it's going to become a stock in play, and that is why on 15th we can see increased volatility. So from 3 to 30, price went to 322, again went to 337, went to 328. So we had enough movements, enough swings to take advantage. Let me look at the day charts to show you the higher relative volume. Biocon is trading at a normal volume around this range, but because of the fundamental catalyst, it is trading at a higher relative volume, and this is what I'm concerned about. I'll surely put Biocon in my intraday list. Let's have a look at another example. This is the charts of Cipla. Again, Cipla posted their earnings today on 15th of May. So we can see Cipla has been trading very volatile from 566 went to 580, then again went to 568. So we can take advantage of those swings. Let's have a look at the daily charts. And you can see in the daily charts as well, you are trading at a much higher volume as compared to the past 5-10 days. So that's the edge I'm concerned about. Let's have a look at Torrent Pharma. So Torrent Pharma has issued NCDs, the non-convertible debentures, on I think the 14th. So that is why on 14th the stock was swinging really a lot. So making swing highs, swing lows. It was trading so much, so we can take advantage of this entire trading session. And in my fundamental catalyst list, I had put that if your stock has a right offer, any debt instrument announcement, all of those things, that makes your stock a fundamental catalyst. So Torrent Pharma became on the 14th, it became a fundamental catalyst, and also on the 15th, a day after the announcement, it still was trading at a very good range. From around 2419 went to 2465, again 2452. So it's giving a lot of movements for the intraday traders to take advantage. All right, so let me have a look. Let's have a look at the examples of the stocks that are not fundamental catalysts. So, for example, on the 15th or on the 14th, if you're choosing Tata Motors, so Tata Motors is not in the news. It's not trading at a high relative volume. So let's have a look on the daily charts. On the daily charts, you can have a look that it's trading very low. The volume has been declining every day. So I don't want to put the mistake and put this in my watch list because I'm not going to get any movements. So if I have a look at the 5-minute charts, Tata Motors on the 15th, on the 14th is just trading in a range. There is no movement at all of Tata. So if you're trading in Tata, you are just getting stuck. So that's why I say that don't emotionally hug a stock. You have to keep on changing the watch list depending upon the market conditions so that you can be in a profitable trade consistently. So if you entered Tata because there was no fundamental catalyst about it, you got stuck. Another example would be SBI. SBI is a good stock, and if you check money control, it's always on the most active stocks in the money control tab. But that doesn't mean because it is most active, I put it in my watch list. So I just discussed a couple of minutes back that example about Asian Paints. That Asian Paints is a very active stock, but that doesn't mean I put it in my intraday watch list. Same goes for SBI. So if I look at the daily charts, we can see SBI, there's no volume at all. The volume's been declining, it's trading at a lower volume. So that doesn't mean I put it in my watch list. On an average, SBI trades around 35 million shares a day, but it's very high as compared to your small cap stocks. If you choose RBL Bank, obviously SBI is trading at a premium, but that doesn't mean I choose SBI. So even if I look at the 5-minute charts, you can see SBI is just trading in a range. No movement at all for your SBI. So that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. So whenever you go for selecting your intraday stocks, the day before your trade. So if you're planning for Monday, so I would say sit on Sunday for about 15-20 minutes, analyze the stocks that are fundamental catalysts, put them in your watch list and choose. So if you have like 10 names in the watch list, you can choose 5 of them, and on Monday you can trade in those 5 because they will be trading at a much higher relative volume. So what are the other steps, other considerations I'll be discussing in my next video. I hope you like this video. If you have any questions, just leave us a comment and we'll get back to you soon. And I hope you don't make this mistake that we've been making for a long time. All right, thank you.